A man loses his power when the fear of losing her becomes stronger than his principles. Self-control feels easy until the heart finds something it refuses to surrender. And when that attachment takes hold, desperation pulls hardest. Your character must become the anchor. The Stoics practiced self-command, choosing principle over impulse when emotions demanded reaction. These 5 principles expose exactly where love is making you abandon yourself. By the end, you'll become a man who stays composed without chasing validation. The first way you abandon yourself is by trading your principles for approval. She disagrees with you. You feel the tension, so you soften your position, apologize for something you don't regret, or say what you think she wants to hear just to make the discomfort disappear. For a moment, the room becomes peaceful, but something inside you knows the truth. You didn't choose peace. You purchased it, and the price was your honesty. Stoicism never demanded that a man become stubborn. You should listen. You should reconsider. You should admit when you're wrong. But there is a difference between changing your mind because reason changed it, and changing your mind because you're afraid someone might leave. One is wisdom. The other is surrender. And once someone learns that your principles disappear under emotional pressure, they no longer see principles. They see negotiation. The second way is allowing her mood to become the thermostat for your emotions. She is warm with you, and suddenly everything feels right. She becomes distant, and your entire day changes. Now you're checking your phone, reading messages twice, wondering what that emoji meant, replaying yesterday's conversation while pretending you're completely fine. You may call this love. But there is a deeper problem. You have placed your peace somewhere you cannot control. Epictetus built Stoic discipline around a brutal distinction. Some things belong to us, and some things do not. Your judgment belongs to you. Your choices belong to you. Her mood does not. Her affection does not. Her decision to stay does not. The moment your inner stability depends on another person's behavior, you've handed them the key to a room inside your mind. And most people don't realize they've done it until the door starts closing. The third way is reacting before you think. She says something that cuts you. Your chest tightens. Your mind starts building a case. So you fire back. Then you explain. Then you explain the explanation. 10 minutes later, you're no longer trying to solve the problem. You're trying to win. And this is where anger becomes a trap. You think you're defending your dignity. Sometimes you're only defending your ego. A Stoic does not confuse an emotion with an order. The feeling can arrive. The insult can land. The blood can rise. But there is still a space between what happened and what you choose to do next. Use that space. Let the first reaction pass before you give it a voice, because once words leave your mouth, you cannot command them back. The fourth way is abandoning your boundaries to avoid conflict. You tell yourself, it's not worth the argument. So you tolerate something you know is wrong. Then you tolerate it again. Then resentment begins growing behind your silence. Eventually, you're smiling on the outside while keeping a private record of every offense. That's not peace. That's delayed anger. A Stoic boundary isn't a threat. It isn't, you can't do this. It's, I will not participate in this. There is strength in knowing the difference. You don't need to control another person to control your own conduct. You can speak calmly. You can leave the argument. You can say no. You can walk away from what violates your values without turning the moment into a battlefield. And that leads to the fifth way, the one underneath all the others. You make her reaction the measure of your worth. This is where the chain becomes invisible. You don't just want her love anymore. You need her approval to feel like you're enough. If she praises you, you rise. If she criticizes you, you question yourself. If she pulls away, you chase. If she returns, you feel whole again. Now your identity is no longer being built from character. It's being rented from someone else's opinion, and anything rented can be taken away. The Stoics understood that reputation, praise, affection, and status are external things. They may be pleasant, they may be preferred, but they cannot become the foundation of your character. Because if you need someone to respect you before you can respect yourself, you have already given away too much. So what does Stoic discipline in love actually look like? It doesn't look cold. It doesn't mean pretending you don't care. It doesn't mean withholding affection to appear strong. It means you can love someone without becoming ruled by them. You can hear criticism without collapsing. You can face distance without chasing. You can admit you're wrong without becoming ashamed. You can compromise without betraying yourself. And if someone walks away, you can grieve without becoming someone you don't recognize. That is the real frame, not dominance, not emotional games, not pretending you need nobody, self-command. Because the strongest man in the relationship is not the one who feels the least. He is the one who can feel deeply and still choose deliberately. Love can shake you. It can expose every place where your discipline was only theoretical. Good. Let it. Because now you know where the work begins. The goal was never to become a man who cannot be hurt. It is to become a man who cannot be bought away from his principles by the fear of being hurt. And when you reach that point, you no longer have to chase respect. You simply stop abandoning the man who deserves it.